Yeah, my shoulder messed up, everyone. So don't tell Canelo. It may be the right, maybe the left, but it's both of them. I'm having problems with my shoulder.
I am concerned about him absorbing a Canelo punch, especially through the course of 12 rounds.
Is it something to worry about? Yes. Can it affect the fight? Absolutely.
The boxing world has been thrown into turmoil after shocking reports surfaced that Terence Crawford has sustained a serious injury just days before his highly anticipated clash with Canelo Alvarez. What was expected to be one of the sport's biggest events in recent memory is now hanging in the balance, with fans, analysts, and fellow fighters debating whether the bout should proceed or be scrapped entirely. The news has triggered a wave of reactions across the boxing community, with many insiders warning that this setback could change the entire landscape of the fight.
But word on the street is that Bud Crawford has hurt his shoulder or re-injured a shoulder that had been surgically repaired.
Former world champion and respected boxing analyst Tim Bradley didn't hold back in reacting to the shocking news of Terence Crawford's injury. Known for his outspoken nature, Bradley criticized Crawford, suggesting that the talk of injury sounds more like excuses ahead of the mega showdown with Canelo Alvarez. In a fiery response, he argued that true champions push through adversity, questioning whether Crawford is already searching for a way out of the biggest test of his career. His blunt comments have only intensified the debate, adding even more fuel to the uncertainty surrounding this blockbuster matchup.
Crawford 100%. Crawford is 100%. If he ain't 100%, he 90%. He's still gonna fight. He's still gonna fight. That's just what it is. Forget that shoulder. Bro, this is what we signed up for. This is part of being a fighter. That's what it's part of. This is what you wanted. This is what you got. This is what comes with it. That's it. Stop making excuses. No team. Winner takes all on this one.
Oscar de la Hoya points out that Terence Crawford is taking a huge leap by moving up in weight to challenge a naturally stronger and more established super middleweight. He believes Canelo's power, physicality, and long-term experience at this division will create major problems for Crawford, particularly in the later rounds. While de la Hoya respects Crawford's ring IQ, movement, and technical ability, he questions whether those tools alone can offset Canelo's natural advantages. In his view, Canelo will apply steady pressure, deliver the heavier shots, and gradually seize control, ultimately securing victory either by a clear decision or a late stoppage after wearing Crawford down.
You feel that Terence has a shot in beating Canelo Alvarez?
When I watched Terence Crawford get rattled and rocked by Yorkis Gamboa, who's a natural 30-pounder, it's going to be a huge problem when he gets hit by Canelo, who's a natural 175. So he fights at 175. He's fighting these big monsters.
Right. Yeah.
He's not getting rattled at all.
Right. No.
Berlanga's a big kid.
Right. Yeah.
So it makes me think, I mean, how is Crawford going to keep him away for 12 rounds? Canelo's going to come at him hard.
Right.
But then again, I think about Crawford's abilities and his IQ and his footwork.
Boy Anthony, Executive Club, getting a fresh haircut. But just want to talk about Canelo Crawford is coming up this weekend and everybody's excited. Here in Vegas, the electricity is in the air. So look, even though these guys are combined almost 80 years old, it should be a good fight. And let me tell you why. Crawford is coming up 2 weight classes and he's coming off a year's layoff. So that's a huge advantage for Canelo. If Canelo forces his will on him, he'll probably be 190 pounds inside the ring on fight night. I give him a great shot in the 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th round to knock out Crawford. If he doesn't do that, then Crawford is going to box his ears off. It might be another Mayweather versus Canelo. Remember when Mayweather was just schooling him and making him look silly? That can happen again this Saturday. So everything has to be perfect for Crawford. He has to use his footwork. He has to use his speed, his combinations, his ring IQ. He has to stay disciplined. And Canelo, all he has to do is take Crawford's punches, but he cannot be comfortable inside the ring.
Popular boxing commentator Showbiz the Adult has weighed in on the rumors surrounding Terence Crawford's reported injury. He acknowledged that the speculation comes from Crawford's age, his long layoff, and whispers of past training setbacks, but he urged fans not to jump to conclusions. According to Showbiz, injury talk almost always surfaces before big fights, often as a way to stir drama or plant excuses ahead of a possible defeat. While he admitted Crawford might be experiencing some soreness from the added weight, Shockwaves emphasized that there's no solid evidence suggesting the injury is severe enough to jeopardize the fight.
From this side of my mouth, is it something to worry about? Yes. Can it affect the fight? Absolutely. I just said how, right? Absolutely it can. Especially when you're packing on extra muscle, your shoulders get heavy anyway. When your shoulders are overdeveloped and you're packing muscle on. And if you have a shoulder injury, it will affect you. Okay. I mean, I'm one of those people. It is what it is. I say it all the time, bro. It is what it is. All right. These are human beings. They're real people. If you have an injury, it will affect you 100%. These aren't robots. This ain't a damn cartoon. It's not a movie. It's real life. All right. A lot of you guys got issues now physically. You throw you in a ring, you'll be like, yo, my back was killing me. You know what I'm saying? But with that said,
Sean Porter, who shared the ring with Terence Crawford back in 2021, has voiced his concerns about Crawford stepping up to face Canelo Alvarez at super middleweight. Porter questioned how Crawford would cope with taking Canelo's shots across a grueling 12-round battle. He highlighted that Canelo's natural size advantage means he would likely look to break Crawford down early with heavy punches. Although Porter fully respects Crawford's sharp ring IQ and elite skill set, he cautioned that the constant pressure of a bigger, stronger fighter like Canelo could put Crawford in serious danger.
The others say, like, no, that's 2 more weight classes. Like, once he gets touched by Canelo, it's going to be different.
I am concerned about him absorbing a Canelo punch, especially through the course of 12 rounds. We do know this about Canelo. He's going to slow down, so I think if anything, Canelo would try to start fast and bang on him and break him down before he gets later, and he's still got that kind of steam. But, there's so many components that make a champion. There's so many components that make a great, a legend. It's just so much to go into. It's a conversation that lasts an hour easily when we talk about all of the components that Terence Crawford has, all of the components that Canelo have, and how we find how they even out and who trumps one another. You know what I mean? We tried to do that with Errol Spence and Terence Crawford, and we see how that panned out. You know what I mean? So
Terence Crawford has flatly rejected the talk that he's dealing with a shoulder problem ahead of his clash with Canelo Alvarez. Speaking at a recent media event in Las Vegas, Crawford brushed off the speculation as pure fiction, questioning where the rumors even began. To prove the point, he moved his arms freely in front of reporters, making it clear he's not hampered in training. Crawford also shut down suggestions that he's out of shape or slowing with age, insisting he feels strong at this weight and is fully prepared. Calm yet confident, he underlined that nothing less than total dedication is going into what he calls the biggest fight of his career.
There's rumors that you've got a shoulder injury. Do you have a shoulder injury, or is that just rubbish?
Where I got a shoulder injury at? I don't know. I think people coming up with their own, antics. Terence Crawford got a shoulder injury. Terence Crawford out of shape. Terence Crawford slow. Terence Crawford. Yeah, they coming up with all kinds of stuff.
Are you feeling a difference in power now you've moved up and you're at your natural weight?
Yes. Power is definitely gonna come with it. So that's not any worries that I ever had.
Crawford's jabs don't even miss. Canelo's punches come like a brick. Both got a bag full of tricks. They must eat their Weetabix. Don't come at me, you'll get diss. You lanky streak of piss. Don't call you broke or you sis. Go chill and watch Netflix cause the big guns in a mitt.
Despite Terence Crawford's repeated denials, many critics aren't convinced the shoulder rumors are baseless. A widely shared photo showing swelling on his left side has fueled suspicion that he might be hiding an issue. Some suggest Crawford has good reason to keep quiet, admitting to any injury could hand Canelo and his team a tactical edge. Adding to the doubts, observers point out that Crawford has been inactive for over a year, and at 37, the body doesn't bounce back as easily. Even a minor setback at this stage could prove costly, which is why whispers about his condition continue to gain traction.
Totally debunked this shit. He said that he has no shoulder injury, but at the same time, bro, you can't expect Terence Crawford to come out here right before the fight, if he is injured, that is, and say like, no, yeah, my shoulder is injured. Of course he's not gonna do that shit, right? So he has to deny it. So Terence Crawford denying that he has a shoulder injury, it doesn't really mean shit to me. But how true this is, we're gonna hear the truth about this shoulder injury after the fight. This is probably when, if Terence Crawford loses, you're probably gonna hear that, yeah, my shoulder was injured, this and that, you know. Just the list of excuses, it just keeps piling up with this guy, you know. Or not with him. I'm not saying Terence Crawford is using these excuses.
Terence Crawford has fired back at critics questioning his legacy, making it clear that his resume speaks louder than any rumor. He points to his dominant victory over Errol Spence Jr., an undefeated record, world titles across multiple divisions, and a career built on delivering under pressure. Crawford rejects the claim that he's only faced one elite opponent, insisting his body of work proves otherwise. As for moving up in weight, he brushed off the skepticism, arguing that chasing bigger challenges doesn't diminish his legitimacy, it defines it.
But, you know, some people say that you've not faced the level of power and precision to the body that Canelo brings, that he's different. Do you think he brings anything different to the table that you haven't seen?
Well, they always say that, you know. They said that with Spence. He's the body snatcher. He's going to break my ribs and so forth. You know, we shall see.
How do you want people to remember this performance when it's all said and over? What's the headline the next day?
Listen, they gonna come up with their own analogy, you know. All I know is they're gonna be saying Terence Crawford was spectacular September 13th.
Meanwhile, Terence Crawford has shocked fans with a dramatic transformation ahead of the Canelo clash. Moving up 2 full weight classes, he's arrived at super middleweight looking bigger, stronger, and more defined than ever before. Photos from camp reveal a noticeably bulked up Crawford, the kind of physique that has fans buzzing about whether this new power will translate in the ring, or whether the added size could come at the cost of his trademark speed and fluidity.
Hi again, Coach. They say that Crawford got injured, and then is that true? What people are saying that? 100%. He's ready for the fight for this Saturday. 100%. You gotta say that in the news, right? In the news. You got it. Thank you very much.
Canelo, what did you think about the picture of Crawford? And you know, he's looking pretty muscular. What do you think about that?
I think it's good because we see he prepared himself really well, and you expect a really good fight. So,
thank you.
Despite adding serious size, Crawford has managed to keep a lean, athletic frame, a clear sign that his team has focused on building strength without compromising his trademark mobility and speed. Many observers believe this is the most physically imposing version of Crawford we've ever seen, raising the stakes even higher as he prepares to test himself against Canelo.
It's been good. It's been good. And this is the biggest fight in the last 10 years.
What do you make of Terence Crawford's shape? He posted that photo with the six-pack. How do you think he's handling the weight?
This is the fight, the biggest fight for them. And they will be ready 100%, both of them.
Thank you very much.
At the same time, many observers argue that Canelo hasn't looked quite as sharp or dominant in recent outings compared to his peak years. Critics point to a noticeable drop in his output, fewer combinations, less urgency, and a decline in punch volume during the later rounds. Some attribute this to lingering effects of past hand injuries that may have disrupted his training rhythm and timing. Others suggest that age is slowly catching up, forcing Canelo to rely more on his vast experience and ring IQ rather than the explosiveness that once defined his style.
Right now. But you guys got to keep this in mind, right? So everybody that's out here saying like, oh no, Bud is looking bigger than Canelo and this and that, right? You guys got to keep in mind that Canelo is doing his usual weight cut. Canelo, did you guys see the footage of Canelo arriving on his private jet? And where he got off of the stairs and shit, right? And he looked like he was kind of drunk. He looked kind of crackheaded-ish, right?
we are already here in Vegas, ready for Saturday, September 13th. Then Riyadh season and Turkey Al-Ashi. We're ready.
He looked off, but then I really paid attention, and that's because he's cutting weight, bro. Canelo looks like that because he's cutting weight. I'm not gonna say he's weight trained or nothing like that, but he's struggling, bro. You could see the shit in his face and all of that. Pay close attention, bro. A lot of people are thinking that he was drunk when he got off of that plane, but I don't think it was that, bro. I just think that it's that weight cut.
Kenneth Sims, a Chicago-based sparring partner of Crawford, shared a revealing memory with World Boxing News. He recalled their very first training session, where Crawford dominated him almost effortlessly. From the opening bell, Crawford set a brutal pace, displaying elite ring IQ and leaving only the smallest openings. Sims tried to rise to the challenge, but quickly realized he was dealing with a different level of skill. That early beatdown became a humbling lesson, and even today, Sims admits that whenever they meet in the gym, Crawford still has his number every single time.
Terence Crawford beat you up in sparring? Because a lot of people have told me, even Shakur told me that Bud has beat me up in sparring before. Like
the first time we sparred, he beat my ass.
Yo, why does this nigga do? Bud be like trying to beat up niggas for real in sparring.
Yeah, he beat my ass the first time we sparred. Nah, but that was before we went to camp together. So that was Bud, his baby mom, she from Chicago, so he come up here and he had called me whenever he come up here, be like, yo, what you doing? So this was bro, I was like 19, 20 years old. He called me, bro. I said, I ain't doing that. I said, you got your shit?
You know, Bud competitive. You know he gonna be.
He said, yeah. I said, come to the gym.
Right.
I did alright, but he would be. But I did alright.
Yeah.
But when we was in camp with for the camp with Amir Khan camp, it was great work. It's like boxing. You have your days. He have his days. It was good. It was fun.
The majority of analysts are leaning, ever so slightly, toward Crawford edging out a close decision win. They highlight his undefeated record, razor-sharp ring IQ, and fluid movement, tools they believe can help him neutralize Canelo's power and control the pace over 12 rounds. Still, many caution that Canelo's natural size, battle-tested experience at super middleweight, and trademark pressure could drag Crawford into deep waters. Most expect Canelo to look strong in the early going, perhaps even taking over in the middle rounds, but as fatigue sets in, Crawford's speed and ringcraft may be the deciding factor on the scorecards.
Canelo. I hope Crawford beats the shit out of him.
Really? Yeah?
Now, I'll tell you like this, I mean, the weight division things, but I hope Crawford beats the shit out of him.
But trust me, Crawford will figure out a way. I know a secret y'all don't know, and I ain't gonna tell you why I would pick Terence Crawford, but it's part of the secret is the reason why I'm picking him to win the fight. So
obviously Crawford's a great fighter, Canelo's a great fighter, but I just think that this has more hype around it, and we just saw them come off of some boring ass fights, and they're probably just gonna sit there and dance for 12 rounds.
Who is Canelo? What Canelo is going to show up? The Canelo who's looking to cash a big check, or the Canelo that really wants to fight like a fighter?
At the seams, you got to pick a side. I'm going with Crawford. I'm here to support Crawford. He done signed up to do what everybody thought that he wasn't trying to be, a generational talent.
So what do you think? Is Terence Crawford really hiding an injury, or are these just rumors designed to fuel drama before the clash with Canelo? Share your take in the comments. We want to hear from you.